What's up, dudes? We're going to be doing binomials today. Here's one of my questions. I'm going to throw it out there. I want your participation. So can you hear my voice? Say yes now. Yes now. Come on. All right. Awesome. That means I know that you can hear my voice. That means I need you to interact. What is A plus B squared? Okay? Throw it up there. Come on. Toss up your answer. What is A plus B squared? I'm going to wait. I'm going to throw A squared plus B squared. All right, fine. A squared plus B squared. Everyone agree with Elijah? Say yes or no, or I don't know. Throw up your answer. Do you agree with him? Yes, no, I don't know. All right, I got a yes. I got a I don't know. I got a yes from Sam. Come on, everybody. I need everybody. Justin, you too. Lena, I don't know if I remember seeing your name. Oh, actually you did. You answered first. Yes. All right, Justin, we're waiting on you. Yes, no, I don't know. All right, there we go. And I don't know. Those of you who answered yes, you're totally wrong. Those of you who answered I don't know, still in the same boat. Not very impressed. It's no. 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 If this class weren't here and this wasn't online, I would boot you in the face right now. This is maybe why I'm an online teacher, because you're in the comfort of your home. I would stick my foot and put it in your face and just say, do not ever do that again. Ever. Ever, ever. This is not true. A plus B, the quantity squared, is not A squared plus B squared. Don't ever do that again. Let me show you how to do it the slow way, and I want you to be able to memorize this formula, because it will help you out. A plus B, that's quantity squared, is A plus B times A plus B. You cannot argue with me on this. You have to agree with me on this, right? A plus B squared is really just A plus B times A plus B. That's what I say to you. Yeah, I said it. Okay, everyone agree? Yes or no? Come on. Audience participation here. How hard is it to type? Yes. Okay, good. To do this problem, what you need to do is FOIL it. You do the first, outer, inner, last game. So you got the first, you got the outers, inners, and the last. A times A is A squared. A times B is AB. B times A is B times A. And B times B is B squared. Do you agree? You see this? Everyone agree? Come on, I need you. I need your answer. There we go. All right. A times B is the same as B times A, because I think that's called the commutative property of multiplication. Like you can multiply 3 times 4, and that's the same as 4 times 3, so we're good with that. So you have A squared plus 2AB plus B squared, because I can add these two in the middle. Yes, exactly, Alicia. You got it right. It is A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. That is how you multiply these two things out. A plus B squared. Are we cool? Okay. So, don't ever write this. Because look, Elijah, I agree with you with this A squared. I agree with you with that B squared, but what you're missing inside of your answer is this 2AB. That's called a cross term, or a middle term, or something. It's the one that goes in the middle. You don't have a middle term. Look, dude, I'm not picking on you and saying, you know, you're wrong, you're a bad student, you're a bad person, go home and just, you know, sit in the corner and feel ashamed of yourself. I'm picking on you because I'm making a big deal out of this, because I see students, in fact, I hate to say this, but everyone in class made this mistake. So I'm grilling it on you, and I hate to say it since, Elijah, you were the one who answered, and I'm not trying to discourage you from answering in the future, but I'm just saying, is don't make this mistake ever again. And don't worry, Elijah, you're in good company, because everyone else made the same mistake. Except for the people who said, I don't know. And it's not like that's much more impressive, because they didn't know either. So, write that down. Write this down. Here, I'll show you what to write down. A plus B squared is the same as A squared plus 2AB plus B squared. We cool? Second question. What is a minus b squared? Now you guys are thinking. Come on, throw it up there. Come on, take a chance. I won't be as mean to you. I can't guarantee that. But I will try not to be as mean to you as I was to Elijah. And I wasn't even trying to be mean to Elijah. I was just saying, you know, I mean, don't ever make that mistake again. I don't want you to make that mistake. All right. What is a minus b squared? Nobody's answering now because they're all like, oh, I don't know. He's probably going to ridicule me online. Just throw it up there, dude. Let's see it. Or do that. You know, boys and girls can throw the answer up there. In fact, usually, in my experience, girls. A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. I think that Elijah wrote an extra minus. Okay, no, it's Alyssa, you got it correct. It's a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. You could memorize this equation. Let me write it a little prettier because it's so ugly. A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. The only difference between this equation on top and this equation on the bottom is you change the sign of the negative of this thing, or of the cross term, the middle one. I can prove this to you. Maybe I'll prove this to you using this first equation. All I'm doing is I'm replacing the b with a negative b. That doesn't change the a squared, okay? That becomes plus 2a times negative b plus negative b squared. I'm going to prove to you this equation right now. 2 times a times negative b, that's just negative 2ab. The negative b squared, if you have a negative b times a negative b, it becomes a positive whatever. In this case, it's a positive b squared. So that's how Alicia kind of got her answer. Are we cool with this? Yes, I understand this. No, I don't. We good? Awesome. What I want you to be able to do is I want you to be able to FOIL these things out quickly. All right? I'm going to make up a problem off the top of my head and we'll see what we can do. I've seen a problem. Maybe that's on your physics or on your math final exam. I don't know. That goes something like 1/3 minus x squared. I don't know if this is the exact problem. I'm just making it up. The reason why I didn't write down the exact problems off on my sheet is because I didn't want to give you the exact answers. I'm just making all this stuff off the top of my head. 1/3 minus x squared. What you're going to do is you could do it the slow way. 1/3 minus x times 1/3 minus x. And that's not the bad way. It just might be the slower way because you got to FOIL this thing out. All right? Which, again, I stress is not the bad way. Because maybe you might do it this way and it's a slower way, but you understand how to do it and it's a safe way. Then do it that way. If you want to do it the quick way, what you do is you square this first thing. You square this second thing. So I square the first thing and then I get 1/9. Because 1/3 times 1/3 is 1/9. We cool? I square the second thing. So negative x times negative x is positive x squared. We good with that? And then I don't forget about my cross term, the middle term. The middle term is, in this case it's minus, because of the minus there, 2 times this one times that one. So it's 1/3 times x. So my answer is 1/9 minus 2/3 x plus x squared. If this were a multiple choice test, I guarantee you that this would be one of the options, obviously, because it's the right answer. And this would be one of the options, 1/9 plus x squared. And if you guys originally said that a plus b squared is a squared plus b squared, you would all have chosen this one, and you would have gotten it wrong. So, make sure you guys understand that middle term. We cool? All right. Look, I'm making a big deal out of this square term. It's because I always see it. In fact, this is one of my favorite tricks to play on my students. My teaching style this semester has been, this is how Mr. Dalday has been a jerk all these years. So let me show you the traps, so that way when other jerks come along, and I'm talking about like, mean teachers and whatnot, other mean teachers come along, you guys can avoid these kinds of traps. Not only would I be able to do this forward like this, and let me also tell you this, you don't really need to memorize this thing I have underlined right here. But what I would be able to do is I would be able to immediately say, no, that's not the right answer. I would immediately go from here and I would say, okay, well, let me figure out what the right answer is by doing it slow. You know what I mean? I would be able to at least get from here to here. If you haven't memorized it, which I don't even recommend per se, actually I would recommend, totally memorize. Memorize what I have underlined. But if you can't do that, then at least go from here and figure out this thing right there. Anyway, I want you to not only be able to do this forward, I want you to be able to go backwards as well. What I mean by that is this. Let me try to make up another problem off the top of my head. Let's go with x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay? You got x squared minus 6x plus 9. I want you to be able to factor this. Now, you can do the slow way of factoring, and that's fine, and I'm fine with that. You got an x here and your x here, and you look at this and you say, what times itself will give me 9? Or no, not what times itself, I'm sorry. What times what will give me 9? I can go with 3 times 3, that's really the only option, or 9 times 1. But which ones will add or subtract or whatever to end up being 6? Well, that would be the 3 and the 3. And you would have to do a negative 3 and a negative 3. That's the same as x minus 3 squared. That's the slow way. The fast way is looking at this and saying, this is a perfect square, and this is twice what the square root of this thing is. So this thing must be x minus 3 squared. I want you to be able to do both of those. I definitely want you to be able to factor, because that is a skill that you need, I guarantee it. But I do want you to be able to take something from the binomial, or like squaring a binomial, and being able to get something like this. So I basically took this side right here and I went backwards to this thing right there. So not only am I able to square things in my head pretty quickly, I can unsquare them or factor them if they're perfect squares. Does that make sense? Did I just speak crazy to you, or are we good with this? Okay. Let me try another one. I'm going to make up another problem right here. Let's go. All right. X squared minus 45xb plus do I want to do it this way? All right. No, I'm not going to do this problem now. All right, we cool? We good? This makes sense to you? Perfect squares, perfect binomial squares, I think that's what they're called. All right, good.